Hi, boys and girls. Happy Friday. So, anyone who was not able to join our class family meeting today, I wanted to read the story that we read during the meeting and show you a couple of other things that we will be working on during our meeting. One of the things that we will be doing is a morning message, since we haven't been together to do the message. And the other thing will be to learn our April song, the words and the sign language for the April song. So as you can see, the words for the April song are listed right up on the board, and I'm going to read them to you, and then I will let you hear it because I do have the song home, and I'll teach you some of the signs. So some of the signs that we'll need to know for the song we've already learned. So we will have to use our word play. This is a long song. There's lots and lots of words. We'll have some new signs. We'll need the sign for smile. 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 Another sign is rain, and I'm going to use that same sign for showers. So this song has the word rain and showers. Another sign that we'll need to know that is a new sign is going to be the word seeds. So seeds is your thumb and your 3 fingers, pinky is down, and you rub them together, go in a straight line like you're planting little seeds. And then the last sign is the word for flowers. So the sign for flowers is, see, it's like you're holding a pretend flower and you'll touch, like you're smelling the flower, like that. So the words for the song are April can be cold and gray, and we've done cold before. Sometimes it rains all day long. When I cannot go out and play, I smile and sing this song. And I think song is, in April, the ground gets wet from all the gentle showers. Then the sleeping seeds wake up and grow into flowers. So those are the signs for the song. So I will play the song, and in our meeting next week, we'll practice it again. So I will do some of the signs while you listen for the song. Start it again. There we go. Go back to the beginning. There we go. April can be cold and gray. Sometimes it rains all day long. When I cannot go out to play, I smile and sing this song. In April, the ground gets wet from all the gentle showers. Then the sleeping seeds wake up and grow to flowers. So that song does have a lot more words than most of our month songs. The other thing that I wanted to do was just show you a couple of things that I worked on during our Easter week. So I told you that I had, in a different video, I showed you where I was reading, Bunny, Bunny, what do you see? So in this book, I practiced my reread power, and then I also went back and I illustrated. And I used some real colors, and I added the missing parts so that the story made sense. So I'm going to reread this to you now. Bunny, bunny, what do you see? I see one purple egg looking at me. Bunny, bunny, what do you see? I see 2 red eggs looking at me. I'm sure you heard the pattern in the story by now if you've practiced this at home. Bunny, bunny, what do you see? I see 3 pink eggs looking at me. 1, 2, 3. Bunny, bunny, what do you see? There's that question mark. So when you're reading that, read it like you're asking a question. I see 4 blue eggs looking at me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bunny, bunny, what do you see? I see 5 orange eggs looking at me. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I hope you're practicing reading these books, and remember, you can always go back and reread. This would be a book that you would have in your book box. So save this in a place where you can practice your superpowers, and make sure you go back and reread, find snap words, make sure you practice your pattern and sounding like a reader. You could even use some partner power and read it with mom or dad or a brother or sister. And then the last page, remember, was just to match the number word to the number of eggs that's the same number. Another thing that I did was practice a little bit of snap word work. I did the word hunt, so I chose to do the word hunt, and I had to practice finding the word H-E, he, M-Y, my, M-E, me, and S-E-E-C. I found all of those words and I colored them using the color word cues for the directions. So that was a good practice this week too. Now, something that I think I might do later today, I'm going to choose either this one to practice counting and matching numbers, or this one where I can read the words and use my counting and subitizing, knowing numbers in a snap. So I'll just have to get a dice from my math bag, and I can roll, and if I roll the number 3, I will color a square for the word I. If I roll a number 5, I'll color a square for the word make. If I roll a number 6, I'll color a square for the is. If I roll a number 1, I'll color the square for and if I roll a 2, I'll color the square for can. And whichever word gets to the top first wins the game. So that's a good way to practice knowing your numbers in a snap, subitizing those numbers quickly, and also practicing your reading. And remember, you can either color this space, or another way to practice writing would be to write the word in that space. So you could write A-N-D, and C-A-N, can, I-M-E, me, M-A-K-E, make, I-S, is. So you decide if you would like to color, or if you want to do even more snap word practice, you can write the word in the square and see which one wins. If you choose to do another counting one, this one might be a fun one to do, where you have to subitize in the 10 frame. You can look at it quickly and know that number. If all spots on the 10 frame are filled up, I know that number is always going to be 10. Or you can make sure that you use your finger counting and count to check. Then you'll cut out the bunnies and numbers and match them where they match for the numbers. So that might be a fun thing to do for a little bit of practice for Easter. Then the other thing I'm going to be showing my friends during the class family meeting is my bunny. So these are the steps. I did it a few times because I thought this was fun. First, I drew it with pencil, and then I traced it with my marker. The pencil just doesn't show up good on the video, so I drew it with pencil, I traced it with a marker, and then after I traced it with my marker, I used my real colors, and that's how it turned out. So I hope you had fun doing that directed drawing. And then the last thing we're going to do for today, boys and girls, is have a story, and this is the story, The Night Before Easter. The author of this story is Natalie Wing, and it's illustrated by Kathy Corey. We've read other stories by Natalie Wing and Kathy Corey. We read The Night Before Halloween, The Night Before Thanksgiving, The Night Before Christmas, The Night Before Valentine's Day, and then this is The Night Before Easter. Now tonight is not the night before Easter. Today is Friday. You'll have Saturday, and then Sunday is Easter. So the night before Easter is actually tomorrow night on Saturday. The night before Easter. The night before Easter. night before Easter. There's the title page. 'Twas the night before Easter, just before dawn. Not a creature was stirring out on the lawn. This reminds me of another story we've read. Sounds like the night before Christmas. Our baskets were set on the table with care in hopes that the Easter bunny soon would be there. Sister and I were all tucked snug in our beds while visions of jelly beans danced in our heads. Thinking about jelly beans. Then out in the barn, the hens made such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. When what to my curious eyes should appear but a big fuzzy rabbit with a crook in his ear. So there he is. There's the rabbit and a crook in his ear. Crook means a little bend. Do you see how one is pointy and one is bent down? That's called, another word for that is a crook. It's like crooked. He walked on two legs, which I thought was quite funny. No rabbit could do that except the Easter bunny. He sniffed at a pansy, a tulip, and rose. He jumped over a shovel, a rake, and a hose. Do you hear the rhyming in this story? Nose rhymed with hose. Then up to our house in just a few hops he came bearing chocolates and striped lollipops. The rhyming words, hops, pops. As I sat on the stairs, not making a sound, that swift, dapper bunny sprang in with a bound. Sound, bound. So if he sprang in with a bound, it means he didn't walk. He hopped really quickly. His soft fur was spotless from his head to his toe. His vest was all checkered, his tie in a bow. Toe, bow. His eyes, how they sparkled, his whiskers, how merry. His tail was like cotton, his nose like a berry. Merry berry. He made not a sound, but went straight to his treasure, filled up our baskets, adding more for good measure. Treasure, measure. Boy, they must have been very good. Look at those baskets. Chocolates and chicks and candies galore spilled from our baskets and onto the floor. Boy, uh-oh. Look what's getting into them. Looks like they're pet cat. And just when I thought that the bunny was done, he picked out some eggs, looking over each one. Uh-oh, they should be asleep. He carefully hid them on couches and chairs, the mantel, the bookshelf, and under the stairs. Ooh, they're going to have a good hunt. When our rooster crowed, he turned with a start, and he wiggled his nose and then went straight to his cart. Start, cart. He sprang from the house with a single bound and bounced down the street without making a sound. Bound and sound again. There he goes. I read his note as he hopped away. Happy Easter to all, and to all a great day. And that is the end of the story, The Night Before Easter. So boys and girls, I hope you all have a very great Easter weekend. I hope you have a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see you again next week. I will post some more videos for you of stories, and we'll look forward to meeting again next Friday. I hope you can make it, and if you can't, please make sure that you watch our videos on our channel, and make sure that you do a little bit of practice every day to exercise your brain, make sure you exercise your body, and make sure you have fun learning at home through the games and activities that we're playing. Bye-bye.